This is Talk Radio, the 1998 KPMG commercial radio station of the year.
I got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony.
I don't know about you, but there's nothing about the word yeast that I want to put in my mouth. It's a bloke called Professor Popcorn. You come on and say, hello, boys and girls.
And they shout back, hello, Professor Popcorn.
And they go, who the hell are you?
I think you should do that, Nick, is jump out of the plane with, like, Talk Radio wrapped around you, or like a banner.
I've got one extra digit. I'll send you a picture of it in the post. What's hairy and goes at 1,000 miles an hour?
I don't know.
King Concord.
Nick Abbot.
I'm getting my rocks off, honey. Okay, that's enough rocks off. That's enough getting rocks off getting. Hello. Thank you very much. Touchy-feely Peter Dealey. I've never actually said that to him. Does he like that? Sure, why not? Underneath that stern, irascible exterior, get a dictionary in here, irascible. I need to look that up immediately. Get me a dictionary right now. Underneath that stern, irascible exterior beats a heart of pure gold. Thank you very much, Peter. It's Talk Radio. I'm Nick Abbott. AM all over the country, 1053 and 1089. And the phone number here is something that's not written up on my screen yet, so I better not say it out loud in case I say a number, somewhere else. Oh, here it comes, 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. We haven't called up Carol yet. The amount of times that I've been trying to call Carol McGiffin over there, not on the air, just, in my own private personal life, over the past month or so, it's ludicrous. And we always talk to each other's answer machine. So, I'm going to burp. Whoa, beauty!
I'd just like to apologise.
So immediately the whole ambience of the radio station goes down the gutter. It only took a couple of minutes between Peter and me, and suddenly this is awful behaviour.
We've got email now.
We do?
Yeah.
Hallelujah. The Kev man has finally figured out how to turn on a computer. No one can believe it. Go ahead, tell them.
The address is...
Yeah.
Now, this has just been set up, so it may work, it may not work. If you want to email us tonight...
You're really confident about the quality of your own work, aren't you?
Well, actually, it wasn't me. It was the IT manager, because it's his job, not mine.
We have an IT manager here?
Yes, we do.
We really?
Very good.
A full-time IT manager?
He's very good.
I bet I could spot him with my eyes closed. I bet I could describe him to you right now. He wears brown elephant cords.
Yep.
He's about 5'6". Wears thick glasses that you could... the radiation won't get through those glasses. They're so thick.
That's right.
He has a hair don't.
A hair don't?
Yeah, as opposed to a hairdo.
It's funny you should mention that, actually.
And you could draw dots between the spots on his face, make a picture, and win a major prize. Am I right?
Yeah, you're quite right, yeah.
Weedy doesn't even begin to describe how
he's
thin
actually
this
not.
bloke is.
Actually, no, this is a big guy.
Really?
Yeah, he's a
like
big
I
guy.
said, he's probably, one of the, he's probably a male model in his spare time, is he?
Yeah.
Bigger than, so big that he would biff me up?
He's bigger than Elvis.
Bigger than Elvis?
Yeah.
Really? Now, which period Elvis are we talking about? We're talking about 50s, svelte, hipster Elvis? Or are we talking about the great, the fabulous Lardo, who expired while sitting on his throne?
I think
it's great, by the way, that the king went on his throne. I mean, I know he went on his throne, but he actually went on his throne. Are we laughing about death now? You are appalling.
Hey, it wasn't me.
Everybody loves Elvis Presley, and suddenly we're dragging his good name through the dirt. How dare you besmirch the king?
You can email us.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about. How do we get from email to Elvis Presley dying on the toilet?
I don't know.
Talk about joining the dots, making a picture and winning a major prize. If anybody can tell us how we did that, then we'll send you some crap in the post.
Yeah, keep it together.
Anyway. It is almost like falling off a cliff between Peter Dealey and me, isn't it? I mean, he's serious, to the point, sharp, tremendous combative radio. and then suddenly it's me. I think there should be some sort of gap. We should go off the air for about an hour before I come on. There should be, a musical interlude. Something like this, maybe. We could play this on a loop. Might go down quite well.
No, I don't think
Naturally,
so.
especially after the discussion we've just been having. Everybody should go out and join the Navy. It's great.
N Abbott, that's ABBOT.
Oh, we're still on the email thing? Everything starts with an email, by the way. Did you know that?
It's Nabbot at.
No, wait a minute. I just got a... why couldn't I get the dictionary? You photocopied a page from the dictionary, thereby costing this company 10 extra pence. Could you... Is the dictionary...
Somebody's thesaurus, and I wouldn't...
Somebody's what?
Thesaurus.
Saurus.
It's a big dinosaur.
Really, is it chained to a desk or something, and it could only reach as far as the photocopier? Well, I'm not allowed to touch their thesaurus.
She wouldn't trust you with that.
What's another word for thesaurus, by the way?
Big dinosaur.
And what am I looking up?
I don't know.
Irascibility or whatever it was.
Irascible.
I can't remember.
Well, you've outlined something in red.
Well, those are the words that are like the word that you used.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, if you want to look up the meaning of a word, a thesaurus is not the first place you should go.
We haven't got a dictionary.
You are joking.
Of course we do.
This is a company that does words for a living, and we don't have a dictionary? You must be kidding me.
Go and ask someone in sales. They'll have dictionaries.
There's nobody left in sales. They're left at 4.
No, someone will be down there. Anyway, the email address.
Oh, he's still doing this?
It's Nabbot or Nabbot. What's one T? At talk-radio.
2 B's and 1 T. Can I make it because is it capital or small
Just
letters?
Small letters all the way through.
All small letters, but you have to get the spelling right. Otherwise, you'll be sending an email to somebody else.
A plumber, probably. It's Nabbot.
And he can't come around that day.
N-A-B-B-O-T.
And he'll come around and he'll start sucking his teeth and go,
difficult.
Tricky, because he's a relative of the engineers here. And they have on their door, it's permanently locked. God knows what it is that they actually do inside, but their door is permanently locked. They have their own sleeping bags, toasters, tea-making equipment, satellite TV, that sort of thing. And on the door, it doesn't say engineering department, it just says, tricky.
They're still here. Yes, an engineer in here.
Yes. They're still here at 7 o'clock in the evening.
Nabbot at talk-radio.co.uk.
Ladies and gentlemen, he actually managed to get it out. And the email address, too.
Anorax. Email Nick now. Abbott at talk-radio.co.uk.
Where's my effects, fool?
Right, so what are we doing?
Not loud enough. One more time. Oh, this machine is quite hard to get the hang of. You see, all of our I don't suppose anybody really cares one way or the other, but all of our effects have been ripped out, and we're getting a brand new spanking shining machine that will be, well, they say it's going to be delivered in 1 week. Set your watches. No way. It's going to be up and running in 1 week. I don't believe you. It might be sitting in the building in boxes in 1 week, and then they'll put it in, and then the engineering department will... They're not going to be involved in this, are they?
Apparently, it's because they were installing it up in my room.
Yeah.
And this...
well, you get it first.
Well, we have to. But a very nice young lady called Fiona, I think it was, who you know.
Fiona, yeah, I tell you what, you should kiss the ground that she walks on, because she is actually great. Because I used to work with her, and she used to pretty much run the place that we used to work at. You could not have chosen better in Fiona. She's tremendous. If anybody can do it, she will. Absolutely. You made the right choice there. Thumbs up.
She's not paying you, is she?
No, not at all.
But she said it, within a week or so.
But I don't believe it. So, okay, well, we're going to write this down in our diary. We're talking Wednesday now, and yesterday she said in 1 week. And this is the manufacturers, right? So they're going to put it in. It might actually be sitting in the studio in 1 week, but it won't come with plugs, so they'll have to send away for those from Taiwan. And when the plug is actually delivered, it'll be delivered with an information technology person. This is all computer based, right? Mm-hmm. And so the IT man will come with the plug, but of course he's not an electrician, so he's not qualified to put the plug on. So then we'll have to call out for an electrician to put the plug on the machine to fit it in the wall. Then the engineering department will say, well, we've got two we'll get one of those double plugs, you know, that two plugs actually go in, and the engineering department will come in from next door and say, "Oh, dangerous." So we'll have to get another actual socket fitted into the wall. It won't be up and running before Christmas, so we're stuck with this thing. It's I've got a keypad which is just like a QWERTY keyboard, and this thing, and I've got 20 effects which are all kind of like that. I do feel pretty, as a matter of fact.
I feel pretty and witty and...
Not now, not this evening. We'll see how the vote goes. And but it's huge. It's called a mini disc. It's about the size of a small car. Absolutely, and more buttons than the flight deck on Concorde. So I'm a bit, if this show comes to a grinding halt, then that's the reason why. So I haven't taken any calls yet. It's 7:20. I could go. Shall I try and go I did this once, didn't I? Did I not go a whole hour without taking a call? Did I not do that for a whole hour, or did I relent right at the end? Because people had been holding on for about 60 minutes.
It was the very first show you did, as I recall, and, you know...
Oh, no, what, the overnight show, the 5.5-hour overnight show?
That's the one.
Oh, blimey. That was one of the scariest moments, because I've done a talk show with music before, but I've never done a flat talk show where... And it was a little scary, because if you've got 3 CDs lined up, you can always hide behind a piece of music, right? If the calls drop off, if you get tired, you want to go to the loo, and so on and so forth. But doing a talk show is, I think it's the best thing to do in radio, because there's no net. You're walking a wire, and it's just you. You're out there. The spotlight is upon you. And so, if nobody calls, you've basically had it. And it was a 5.5-hour overnight show that I was filling in.
For Ian, yeah.
That's right. Who else does a 5.5 hour? Probably the only person in the world who's ever done that, me and him. And so after 4 hours, which is as long as most shows are, of just speaking, which I had never done before, in the 5th hour, there's this, a watershed. I think the nighttime people go to sleep at 5 in the morning, and the daytime people wake up. And so all the nighttime people were switching me off, and all the daytime people were switching me on and going, what on earth is this bloke on about? And of course, as I mentioned a couple of days ago, people have a really strong relationship with talk show hosts on the radio, but particularly overnight talk show hosts, because it's your little friend, right? And Ian's fans are absolutely rabid about him. They're very much a part of their lives, right? And then somebody else comes, it's like your son comes home from school, and it's somebody else. You notice? And they turned me on and obviously did not like what they heard. Not one call for 45 minutes. And I was just, what can you do? Yeah, I just had to talk. I've actually got a tape of it, because one of the guys who actually taped that show, and I can't bring myself to listen to it, because it was such a nightmare to do, I'd probably break down in tears listening back to it. For 45 minutes, I just spoke off the top of my head. Does anybody have any idea? You were sitting there, Kev.
Yeah, because you said, after talking for 45 minutes, you went, so Kev, anything you want to throw in here?
I think I just exhausted everything. I started when I was born, went through childhood, school, therapy, and I ended up at the present time, having told everybody the bus route that I got to come to the studio, what I ate for breakfast, and how great my motion was that day. Every detail you could possibly think of, and I just ran out. I stalled. And what did you come back with? Let's take a break or something like that.
Yeah, no, you've already been talking for 20 minutes now, and we have to take another break soon, so maybe take a call before the break.
No, I think that would be wrong, actually. I think we should do 2 breaks in a row, and then we'll come back, and then we'll maybe take some calls, because these people have been hanging on a good long while. The number, by the way, is 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. You probably get your faxes read out more quickly than you were getting on the air, and the fax number is 0541 59 69 79. We'll go into this. I'll get through some of these notes that some bloke sent me. These are actual excuse notes from parents about their offspring delivered to school. If, by the way, you have any free material that you'd like to send me in, then that would be just great, and we'll send you back absolutely nothing whatsoever. We'll send you back our opprobrium. Get me a dictionary in here immediately. I want the word
Get me a dictionary.
Opprobrium. Because I might as well, learn as I go on. Why are you looking at me in that bemused manner? You don't actually do anything, Nellie.
Well, don't be silly. We haven't got a dictionary.
We do have a
We must have. Come on, please. Every serious organisation has a dictionary. Everybody has a dictionary. We do.
Go down towards the creative department, left at the fountain.
He means the toilet.
And there'll be one lying on one of the desks outside the sales manager's office. So just take a look. I've got some good free material here. Do you want this?
He is in such a bad mood. You've only got like 3 days to go.
Yeah.
Please, just please. I got you this job, and you're turning around and spitting in my face and leaving in the first week to go and work somewhere else. And he doesn't actually do anything, does James? We've got 3 people in there. There's Andy, who does a tremendous job on the phones.
Oh,
well, kind of like average, so most nights. There's Kev, creative Kev.
Kevzilla.
That's right, Kevzilla. They have the same waist measurement. Who sits in there doing whatever it is you do. And James, who just kind of just sits there. So we're not exactly going to miss him, are we?
No. Get someone much more interesting.
We're going to get somebody else?
The excellent...
We're going to get somebody else to sit there and do nothing.
Yeah, we'll find
fantastic.
We'll find somebody.
We should...
Don't say this. No, you don't say it.
Why not? It might be fun. We could read out their CVs on the air.
Do you want these? This is the excellent, lovely, and talented Chris Barnes.
Well, why shouldn't we ask for CVs? Any
Chris wants to do it.
Who's he?
Well, he faxes us stuff, and he's one of these freaks on the internet. But he sent and I don't know, I might do these, but I'm asking you because I thought you probably prefer to use them as into-break things. Anagrams of talk radio presenter names.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
Do you want one?
I want them all. Okay. But I don't want you to read them, because you're not a trained professional like what I am, with words and that, like funny and everything.
Yeah, well, take a break.
Okay, this is an actual note sent by parents regarding their offspring to their schools. Please excuse Gloria from gym today. She is administrating.
Nick Abbott.
You have got to talk to him. He'll listen to you.
Funky. Okay, opprobrium. Noun. Great disgrace brought by shameful conduct. I can't remember how I used it. Anybody remember how I used it? Well, in the absence of any further information, I was completely correct in that respect. For you. 0500 1053 89. James has got a good one tonight. The man responsible for movie greats like Midnight Cowboy and Far From the Madding Crowd. He did Billy Liar and Cold Comfort Farm. The British film director John Schlesinger is James Wells' special guest on the programme tonight. John Schlesinger's directed 22 films and helped launch stars like John Voight, and Julie Christie, and Alan Bates, and Rufus Sewell. And he'll be in the studio with James about 10:30 tonight. Cool. John Schlesinger with James Whale tonight on Talk Radio. How long do you think I can go without taking a call?
Well, the thing is, if you don't take them, then they're going to think, he's not taking calls, so they'll stop calling, and then you really will be in the position you were in the first time you did a show on this station.
And we have a bit of a serious problem with you at the moment, Kev.
Why is that?
I've just been told something rather disturbing.
What's that?
About you, as a matter of fact.
Oh, go on.
James...
Have you been shopping on me? I'm glad you're leaving, man. Jeez.
Well, he doesn't care anymore because he's going in a couple of days, so he's busy...
In a couple of days? A couple of minutes?
He's busy burning his bridges.
Okay, go on.
We're going to set light to his britches before he leaves. He said that everything that comes to me has to go through you.
Not true.
What a revolting image that is.
No, it's just, you know perfectly well, and you've had a go at me before, if something comes in the studio and I just hand it to you, and you haven't read it, then you start reading it, it's full of F words and stuff like that, and you'll start reading them out. So, you know, that's...
Oh, do you honestly think that I would be that unprofessional?
Yep.
You know me so well. Okay, we might as well, because, bless these people who have been holding. Let's wipe some of these up first. Here's one in Bath, and it's a person, sex unknown, called Retchie.
Yeah, Nick.
Ah, it's a male person.
Yeah, last time I checked.
Would you like to check again while we wait?
Yeah. Oh, undecided, actually.
Undecided? Okay, we'll put you down as a query.
No. I've got some ideas, by the way. For the
okay, great. Lay them on us, baby.
Hello?
What?
Yeah, sorry. Faded out there for a moment. Yeah, anyway.
You have some ideas?
Yeah.
Is that the purpose of this call, or would you just like to tell us those afterwards on the air and we can do them, pretend we came up with them ourselves?
Oh, right. Up to you, really. But
tell us
also
off the air and we can pretend we came up with them ourselves.
Yeah, and another thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the tiniest tidbit of talent. If you like to
Okay.
do this. This is another Apocalypse Now impression.
An Apocalypse Now impression?
Yeah.
Okay, I love the sound of Apocalypse Now impressions in the evening.
Yeah, here we go.
Almighty, this is PBR Street Gang Radio Check. Do you copy? Over. Almighty, this is PBR Street Gang. Do you copy?
And so on.
And so on. And please remember, never get out of the boat.
No. Bye-bye, Tiger.
0500 1053 89. Tigers, man! Charlie, don't surf! We could do the whole show like this. We could, in fact, we should do that one week. We should bring in the script and do the whole show. There's just Apocalypse Now. I am a small man and he's a great man. Like a snail, crawling along a straight razor. How am I doing so far? Embarrassing myself?
No, you're great. This is exactly what they want.
Great. So have we finished with you then, Reggie?
Oh, no. I got another thing as well. And another thing. Make the most of your time on Talk Radio, because the world is coming to an end.
Is it when?
Soon.
Soon?
And I'll tell you for why as well.
Okay.
I had to go and sign on this morning, yeah, because I'm a useless loafer. And the staff at the job centre were kind. We even made some jokes and things. And
yeah, right. That sounds like the staff at a job centre.
I'm not kidding. That's what had me worried, mate. I had to get on the air before everything comes down around our ears. They were, helpful and pleasant and...
Really? Well, they must know something that we don't.
Yeah,
the job centre's changed a lot since I was there. Do they still speak to you through a Perspex screen?
Oh, no, we've got a luxury job centre.
Oh, you must live in Kensington or somewhere like that, where only the poshest and most wealthy people are unemployed.
Yeah, well, if I did, I wouldn't admit it. So.
A luxury job centre. You asked for first class, did you? You have to pay extra for that, yeah.
Even the tapes you have to queue around are kind of gold braided.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's a guy with a clipboard saying if your name's not on the list, you're not coming in.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for the news, Retchie. Is that really your name?
Oh, sorry?
Is that really your name, Retchie?
Well, it's a nickname, I suppose,
And why were you given that nickname? Did it anything to do with that, perhaps?
Yeah, exactly that.
Really? Okay. Now we know. Thanks a lot, mate.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
0500 1053 89. Free one. Here is a call in London, and it's a person called Paul. Hello.
Hello, Nick.
Paul, you're on Talk Radio.
Yeah, I just want to tell you about some of the plugs I've done for your show.
Plugs you've done for my show?
Yeah.
Okay.
One on Paramount. Kev mentioned it last night.
Right.
One on...
Well, what do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying.
I did it on the teletext thing.
Yeah, I still don't understand what you're saying. You did it on the teletext thing.
Yeah, it's like a message thing. You leave your message and they print it.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that work? You call up a message centre?
Yeah, it started off as a letters page, and now they do hundreds of little messages.
Really?
Yeah.
And what, people sit at home watching teletext and reading other people's messages, kind of like a poor man's internet?
Yeah. Really? 250 messages every couple of days, I think he does.
Wow. That's really sad. I don't mean to sound offensive, but that's even sadder than chatting to people on the net, isn't it? Because at least on the net you can chat to them live. If you're chatting to people via somebody else on teletext, you might wait days for an answer. And you can't talk to anybody individually. You have to talk to the whole group, which probably numbers about 3 people.
About 250.
Like I said, 250 people.
The other one I did was on can I say the name of the station?
I think you're about to.
LBC.
LBCing you?
Yeah, I did it on that one.
What do you mean you did it on that one?
I just came on, it was a quiz. And I just said, Nick Abbott is back on Talk Radio on Monday.
Well, I don't wish to encourage that sort of behaviour, Paul, but...
It's so boring.
Wait a minute, Paul, you mean they were doing a quiz over there? Oh, never.
Really? When in doubt, work it out. You're cracking up, Paul. And you really are cracking up. Go get a new phone, and it's time to compose some new messages And don't be calling other radio stations and advertising this show, because that would be wrong, and we won't encourage that sort of behaviour. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, mate. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. There seems to be some concern in there. What's going on? We've got the police on the phone. Kev looks worried. Maybe it's his mother. Yes, Mum, I am eating properly. Oh, Mum, of course I change them every day. I know, he keeps telling you you're fat. I'm really sorry about that. I told him not to. Kev's mum's so fat that...
Yeah. Uh-huh. Do you know, just to say, one of the engineers has just called up.
Oh, has he just woken up? He's just woken up and he's locked in his office.
No, what he said is, he said he's just got a call. Apparently, somebody on the air has been slagging him off.
Oh, yeah. Who would that be?
I'd just like to say, Adam, it wasn't me, obviously.
No.
And he was doing it in good taste, because you're a lot bigger than all of us.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
He does such a great job. Have I mentioned that? And I think that he should actually get a pay rise.
I think he should get a pay rise as well.
And a longer contract.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But not above the rate of inflation, because Gordon will get very upset.
Well, of course. But, you know, we think, he's hung up now. Oh, no.
He wasn't actually upset, was he?
Well, though, he just...
Oh, get a sense of humour, Gordon.
I think Adam. I think somebody just sort of...
Where did Gordon come from?
I don't know.
What's that noise?
That's the facts.
It gets louder and louder. Can you screw it to the floor or something? Can we get a phone? Can we get a phone that doesn't ring? This is a radio studio. Are you serious? Put that live on the air. I want to hear who that is. Put the microphone up. I want to hear who that is. Seriously.
I don't.
It's the engineer again.
Yeah, just only 1 second.
Is it the engineer?
Yeah, it is. I think he wants a word with me.
Yeah, seriously, is that the engineer?
Yeah,
Put the phone down. We're doing a radio show. I'm not kidding. Put the phone down.
Put the phone down.
I'm doing a radio program.
Doing a radio show.
And put that phone on so it doesn't ring, so that it lights up. You've got to be joking. This is like that we're doing a radio. It's in a radio studio. A phone actually rings. You must be joking.
Well, he didn't sound very happy.
Well, I don't care. We're doing a radio show. It's just a joke, Gordon. Blimey.
Adam.
Nothing I say on the air that actually means anything. It's just a comedy show. Is he seriously upset with me now?
I don't think so.
Good. Can't believe he called back. Anyway, here we go. Let's... call me on the air, mate. It's 0500 1053 89. Here's one in Cambridge. Hello, James.
Your mama thinks you're filthy. Your dad calls me scum.
Oh, blimey, there's like different tracks he's got set up. Here's one in Newcastle. Lawrence.
Hiya, Nick.
Lawrence.
I was just with you talking about Ian Drury and the Blockheads. What do you think about New Order and Blondie making a comeback?
I think the best of luck to them. I mean, what are you going to do when you have your moment of fame and then fashion dictates that you go away? You know, if in 10 years' time your public is ready for you again, then absolutely. I mean, how long can the money last? Sure, why not? Everybody's like really down on famous people making comebacks because we have a very strange attitude to famous people in this country. We like them, and then we want them to die really horribly, and long drawn out death. When they make comebacks, people heap all manner of I was going to say opprobrium again, but that's not quite right in that respect, is it? All manner of nastiness upon them for daring to light up our lives again. It's great. Blondie should come back. They had some fantastic tracks. Next. No, that shut him up, didn't it? Phew. And he was undoubtedly one of those people who wanted to, any excuse to slag somebody off. And part of it is insane jealousy, because we're insanely jealous about anybody who, like Morrissey sang, we hate it when our friends become successful. But more than that, we hate it when anybody becomes successful. That's why David Beckham is getting such a pile heaped upon him, is because he's so successful. And he's got everything. And so people naturally, like more so than Alan Shearer, who, I don't really want to get into all this, but Alan Shearer lost us the game just as much as David Beckham did, with the elbow in the goalie's face. Has anybody said a word about that? Not one word. He just walked away from that scot-free. And everybody hates David Beckham. And it's because David Beckham looks like a model. He's going out with a pop star. He's 23 years old. He earns $8 million a year. I mean, of course, that's going to make anybody insane with jealousy. And so that's the reason why he's getting all of that. And Alan Shearer is kind of getting off scot-free, is because he's much less of a public persona. I mean, who knows anything about Alan Shearer? He's very good in that respect. He kind of, put in cricketing terms, puts a dead bat to any question that's asked him, because the man's so boring. He's probably a lot less boring than he actually makes out, but there's nothing that a tabloid journalist hates more than somebody who's dull. And David Beckham ain't that. He makes great copy, because he's going out with a pop star who's news in her own right, and he wears flash clothes all the time and drives a flash car and is seen out on the town all the time. Perfect for the tabloid press. They'll build him up and knock him down, although in an interesting switch, the Mirror seems to be leading the way in many respects. It seems to have the upper hand amongst the tabloids at the moment, I think. And many of the others, they seem like old. You know, if papers were people, then some of them seem like bent, old, irascible men who are kind of foaming at the modern world. But the Mirror joined in the chorus to dig David Beckham a hole and bury him in it, and then they said, oh no, wait a minute, actually he's okay and we should treat him with more respect. So in an interesting switch with the tabloids, they knocked him down and then built him up. So usually it's the other way around. 0500 1053 89, free one. Let's go to London, and here's a person called Bradley.
Hello?
Bradley.
Yeah, hello. David Beckham. I mean, he's marvellous, but he sounds a bit like a squeaking plank, doesn't he?
When you hear him speak, you can barely believe that voice is coming out of that head. I know, it's bizarre.
Yeah, he looks so incredibly glam.
But I know, and then he speaks like kind of like a little Essex girl.
Yeah,
bizarre.
So it doesn't quite gel.
No.
But I was applying for James's job.
Who, James? Oh, James, the person that's
leaving.
defecting? James is defective. That's right.
Who you gave a job to?
Yeah.
James, whom you nurtured?
That's right, and he turns around and slaps me in the face.
I mean, how is that?
And waltzes off to another, better paid, more prestigious position.
So what are you saying? It pays peanuts?
That's about right, yes. This is not a job for an elderly gentleman, though, Bradley. You sound too old for this job.
Oh, I'm ancient, me. But you see, bringing a wealth of experience is, there's another kettle of fish.
We're being very ageist about this now. How old are you?
Oh, PC, 38.
38, way too old, mate.
Oh, I say, well, that's me then.
We want, like a school lead, well, preferably somebody with the technical expertise.
Right.
Who can do anything, who can do production, who can doesn't mind being a runner, who can knock up jingles and carts and tapes at the click of a finger.
There you go.
And who also doesn't cost anything at all.
Say, well, that sounds pretty sort of like a Tory agenda to me. That's the new Britain.
We don't prescribe.
You don't do it?
We don't. I'm sorry. I'm trying to control wind and pick a word at the same time, and I could only do one thing at a time, so I had to pause for a moment there.
It must be that doner kebab you had.
We do not ascribe to the minimum wage here. Blimey, that's the longest period in which I've ever tried to get out a sentence.
My lord. Well, there you are.
Oh, I thought you were going to start singing Sweet Chariot for a moment there.
No, I was going to go into Apocalypse Now. You know?
Lay it on us.
Nora.
No, it needs to be done with more feeling. 0500 1053 89, free call. And Kev's just back from what? Kev left.
I went to refresh myself.
Did you?
Yes.
Are you feeling fully refreshed at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the outcome from that whole unpleasantness that we just experienced?
Oh, it wasn't unpleasantness.
Really?
Oh. He sounded all right.
Was it okay? You got the kind of the joke, like?
Oh yeah,
we're just being funny now. I'm not, because I've never met the guy, and I'm not attacking him personally because I don't even know how many engineers we have. I think I was just like throwing bile at all of them, but it wasn't bile really. It was just anything I say on the air is just to be funny.
Oh no, you're just obsessing. He was all right. He was just wondering what it was we were saying. That's all. He wasn't mad. He was.
Are you saying that he wasn't actually listening? No. What station was he listening to?
The one with the quizzes on it, I think.
Oh, no. I'm amazed he could, stay conscious long enough to dial the number. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. Let's go into this break with another note sent by a parent excusing their offspring. John has been absent because he had 2 teeth taken out of his face.
This is Talk Radio. Nick Abbott on Talk Radio.
Free call 0500 1053 89.
I seem to have misplaced my safety. Oh, yeah! Back now. This is your all-day, all-disco station for the 90s, Talk Radio. 0500 1053 89, free call. You can email us if you like. Can we pick up our email while we're on the air? Yep. We can. Where does it come in?
Just next door. You can see it through the window.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't see it through the window. I can see the clock. Oh, Kev's just come back in. Now I can't see anything. It's almost like a total eclipse of the sun. Gestures like that don't work on the radio, Kev. People can't see that.
You are so nasty to me.
I know. You love it.
No, I don't.
Have I mentioned your mother so far?
I spoke to my mother last night.
Oh, yeah? How is she?
She's fine.
How is the old bag? I'm sorry, Mrs. Kev. Really, I am. You know it's just a joke. So far we've got the engineers who hate me and Mrs. Kev who hates me. James hates me such that I lifted him from the gutter and gave him this position. I dusted him down and now he's running off.
Maybe we should give a prize.
Giving me the finger.
Give a prize to whoever can fax in the best movie dialogue to describe your attitude towards James.
Eh?
The best movie dialogue, best scene from a film, which could be rewritten.
You're obviously thinking of something, so why don't you let us out of our mystery?
Well, I'm not going to now. No, what I'm saying is, the best...
Did you just say that? Oh, I'm not going to now. Seriously, did you just say that on the radio? You said it and regretted it instantly, didn't you?
Yeah. Sorry. Over you now.
So that was your creative idea for the evening, was it?
It's one of the many. One of the many.
All of the rest of them you've obviously kept to yourself. I had to check what date it was a couple of times today. I couldn't believe it. The papers were bizarre today. I mean, there's been nothing in the papers for a couple of days now. Because there's nothing going on, right? And it's about to get worse because August is almost upon us. And they ain't got nothing to write, nor nothing. Because the world goes away for August. Everybody goes to France. Except all the French people who go to Spain. And, so there's nothing in them. And they come up with bizarre stuff, like, and the nice newsreader, what was that noise?
It's a squeaky chair.
Oh, we got a phone that rings and a chair that squeaks. And a fax machine that is so loud, it's almost like an old, a hear ye man with a bell. What do they call those people? A town crier, yeah. We've got a fax machine louder than a town crier. There's a light on top of it, and bells start ringing. It's like a car alarm when that thing goes off. So the fax number, if you really want to upset us, is 0541 59 69 79. Free material gratefully received.
And movie dialogue.
Yeah, nobody's going to send in any movie dialogue.
They will.
No, they won't.
They will.
It's another great Kev idea.
They will.
Hit the dust.
You'll get, I guarantee you. I guarantee you'll get some movie dialogue.
If Kev's ideas were a town, it would be like one of those western ghost towns with tumbleweed drifting across the dirt track that is the high road, and doors flapping in the breeze. And then Scooby-Doo would drive up in his van, and there'd be some bloke on the outskirts of town saying, "Don't go in there." And right at the end of Scooby-Doo, they'd find out that the guy who told them not to go in there is the bloke who's been pulling the wires, and it's all fake ghosts. Oh, no, I've given it away. Oh, I'm sorry.
And Nick, if your talent was a town, it would be Fulham.
Fulham, it. That's me. Russian scientists are planning to put what will appear to be a second moon. Have you heard about this?
What? Well, like the Death Star or
yeah,
something?
Seriously. Yeah, exactly. Russian scientists are planning to put what will appear to be a second moon, 10 times as bright as a full moon, into the night sky above London in November.
What?
And I'm reading this. This is in the Telegraph on the front page yet. And I'm reading it. And I'm thinking, like I honestly did think. I looked at the top of the newspaper to check that it wasn't April the 1st, because I forgot for a second that it was August. The orbiting,
no, it isn't.
The orbiting space mirror will pass and you took like 20 seconds to think that.
I know.
Blimey.
It's been a long day.
Has it? Why? What have you been up to today?
Working. On this show.
Oh, yeah, right. What have you come up with on this show?
Everything you said so far is in the script, look.
What page are we at?
27.
Well, that'll explain it. We're on different pages.
Oh.
The orbiting space mirror will pass across the night sky quickly up to 16 times in 24 hours, but will only last one night before burning up in the atmosphere. Oh, that makes it well worth the while then, doesn't it? The reflecting spacecraft Znyama 2.5 is part of a Russian-led consortium's plan, which bears similar lines to the plot of the Bond film Diamonds Are Forever. Everybody sing Diamonds Are Forever.
Yes.
Thank you for your cooperation. The Space Regatta Consortium, a group of companies led by Energia of near Moscow, wants to launch a constellation of several hundred mirrors, each up to 100 times brighter than the full moon, to get this, to cast sunlight from the far side of the globe into the darkest corners of Siberia. In other words, they're going to put mirrors in space to reflect the sun, which is on the other side of the Earth, into Siberia, which is dark. How mad is that?
Why?
Siberia is dark throughout the Arctic winter, right? And they want to make city streetlights obsolete. Seriously.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, naturally. Now it all makes sense. Reflecting mirrors are going to beam the sun into Siberia so they'll be able to switch the lights off, thereby saving money. At a cost of only £10 billion. Provided there is little cloud on the night, write it down in your diary, November the 9th. London, Brussels, Frankfurt, Kiev, Seattle, Quebec are among the cities that will be lit up by what will appear to be a disk between 5 and 10 times as bright as a full moon. I'm astonished. I mean, this just sounds like fantasy to me. November the 9th. I can't believe it. There's going to be 2 moons. I could show you a moon right now.
Go on.
Woo, there it is.
Oh.
Never seen anything like that before, have you?
No.
I just couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. I've read it a couple of times now, and I've heard it on the news, so it must be true. Them Ruskies, you can't trust them. And there's the proof. And what's that noise?
It's the fax machine.
Is it?
Someone's moved it, so it's now leaning on the operations desk.
Put the microphone over to the fax machine, seriously, because I can hear it, but most people at home won't be able to. You must be joking.
It's silent.
Now, the only thing that I can think is that fax machine is constipated and it's having a really hard time spitting out the paper. And what does it say? I mean, because that was a tremendous amount of effort, really, to get that piece of paper out. Let's hope that it's funny at least. It says you're fired.
It's criticism, so you probably don't want to hear it. Dear Nick, we are listening in half anticipation of your radio show, and we're wondering if there's indeed a point to your current performance, or whether such apparently unscripted mediocrity is supposed to be your individual style.
That's right. Unscripted mediocrity are we.
That's from Derek and Frank in Bournemouth. 2 new
Derek
listeners.
and Frank.
Yes.
They make a nice couple, don't they? I wonder if they bought curtains together. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. This is Talk Radio.
Excuse me.
This is Talk Radio. Here we go. Free call 0500 1053 89 now.
Nick Abbott.
You know, you think that he's helping you, but he's hurting you.
Yo, 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 yo. Mediocrity are us. That's our new catchphrase. I'm Nick Abbott. This is Talk Radio. All over the country, 1053, 1089 AM. And we are accepting your emails, despite the fact that they come in a different building. And it's nabbott@talkradio, and there's a dash between talk and radio. Is that actually written correctly? Or is it all one word? Nobody knows. Yeah, okay, talk-radio.co.uk. The fax number is 0541 59 69 79. I wonder if, like one of those comedy alarm clocks, if you send too many faxes, it'll actually shake itself to death. Like, bits will start falling off. Then the phone number here is 0500 1053 89. Let's go through some of these here, because these people have been waiting a dog's age. Here's one in Northampton. Hello, Dale.
Hello there, Nick.
Dale.
Nice to hear you again.
Thanks.
Nick, I just heard that you've got a guy called James that works with you, and he's not going to be working with you shortly.
No, he's become a turncoat.
Oh. Where's he off to, by the way?
Somewhere else.
Okay. Nick, what has to be done then to apply? What are the criteria you're looking for?
Okay, the criteria we're looking for is somebody who doesn't mind being a gopher.
Being a what, sorry?
A gopher.
Uh-huh.
Like go for a coffee and go do this, do that. They can show up on time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to burp. Oh, blimey, I should stop drinking fizzy cola while I'm on the air, because it does give me jip. Okay, let's look up jip in the dictionary, see if I'm using that right. Hey, how are you spelling jip, by the way, with a G?
J-I-P-P, isn't it?
J-I-P-P.
Or is it G-I-P-P? Well, it'll be one of those two.
Either or. Stop breathing down the phone, boy.
Sorry, I'll get it.
So we need somebody with production skills. You know how to produce up stuff?
I'm the guy who kept ringing you up saying I want to work in radio, and I've been working it for 3 months now.
Where have you been working?
Well, I suppose I can give the name out now. It's I say I'm from Northampton, but I work at Radio Norfolk.
Wonderful Radio Norfolk.
It is, it's great. You heard of the Great Keith Skews?
No. Radio Cow. Is that what they're calling it?
Well, we have a lot of dead sheep on the on the radio.
Radio Dead Sheep. Jip. No, there ain't no jip with a J. I think it's with a G. It's one of those old words. I should call it my dad. H-I. Gimbals, gillyflower. L-M-N-O. P. Ginseng, girdle, girl. Gizzer. Oh no, geezer. Jip. I can't speak and look up stuff at the same time. No, there ain't no jip, nor nothing. It doesn't exist as a word, and I apologise. I apologise for... No, because they couldn't give me any jip. You could give me a bucket full of jip and it would be completely empty, sir.
Nick, do you want me to write in then, or
Absolutely. Okay,
How seriously would it be taken, honestly?
Huh?
How seriously would it be taken?
I don't know. Kev didn't want me to do this at all.
Oh, well, you've done it
we'll
now.
think about it during the news, and then we'll give you all the relevant information, okay?
Sure, okay.
Thanks very much, mate. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call, and everybody who works on this station between these hours must be called Nick, or some derivation of that name, because Nicky the newsreader is coming in to give us the news snooze, and we'll be right back after that. Before which, I must tell you that a parent wrote into school with the following note, which said, Carlos was absent yesterday because he was playing football and was hurt in the growing part. And you know how much that causes jip.
Thank you very much. Talk Radio Satellite Weather. I take it that was referring to the last story?
Yep.
Are you ready now for the effects? Come on, guys.
No, there are no effects in here.
No effects?
No, you can... it's a completely clean read.
No, I can't do the weather without sound effects. I'm really sorry.
Well, we don't have any sound effects in here at this time. I'm sorry.
Well, that's a real disappointment for me. Okay, anyway, it's not good news.
I don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Have you ever?
Absolutely. Not raining men, though, just raining, unfortunately. And it's going to be very, very windy across most of Britain this evening. There'll be heavy downpours in the west and north, and it'll be patchier and lighter in the southeast. The overnight low will be
too darn hot.
No, not here. In America, it's very, very hot, but in Britain, it's too darn hot. No, but it might be overnight. It's going to be very clammy. It's going to be 16 degrees centigrade. And guess what it's going to do tomorrow again? Yes, well done. It's going to be wet in most places, but there are going to be some sunny spells in southern and eastern England. Yes, thank you very much. The high will be 23 degrees centigrade in the southeast, but cooler between 18 and 20 degrees everywhere else. Thank you very much. That is the weather for tomorrow.
Award-winning talk radio from the station that brings you the world's best on 1053 and 1089 AM. This is Talk Radio, the 1998 KPMG commercial radio station of the year.
I don't know about you, but there's nothing about the word yeast that I want to put in my mouth. It's a bloke called Professor Popcorn. You come on and say hello, boys and girls.
And they shout back, hello, Professor Popcorn.
They go, who the hell are you?
They could jump out of a plane with, like, talk radio wrapped around you, or like a banner.
I've got one extra digit. I'll send you a picture of it in the post. What's hairy and goes at 1,000 miles an hour?
I don't know.
King Concord.
Nick Abbott.
Somebody sent in our anagrams of presenters at Talk Radio. Ho ho. You want to hear these?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, Bill Overton. Bovine Troll. Lorraine Kelly. Real Orkney Ill.
Oh?
Nick Abbott. Bobcat Inc. Doesn't make any sense. Mike Dickin. I'd kink mice.
I hear he does.
Really? I had no idea. You can't tell just by looking at it.
No, you can't.
Mike Allen, menial elk. Kirsty Young, yogurt in sky, which is of course the old Beatles hit, yogurt in the sky with fruit on the top. Paul Ross, solar pus. Almost my favourite. Carol McGiffin, circa long myth.
And myth gets a mention there as well.
It's a good job it's not Carol McGuffin. Peter Dealey, deep Lear yet. Nancy Roberts, bar corny nest.
What corny nest?
I don't know. Anna Rayburn, a bear nan run.
You know another one of that is banana rerun.
Anna Rayburn's banana rerun.
Apparently it is, yeah.
Scott Chisholm, Scotch hot slim. James Whale, a sham jewel. Nicky Horn, inch Orkney.
Oh, Orkney.
Ian Collins, an icon sill. He is an icon sill.
He is the icon.
Isn't he? Sean Bolger, a rebel song. Oh, it's actually real. It's real words with everything in it.
And all that.
Alan Mullery, numeral alley. Russell Grant, strangle slur. Any of these funny? Sick Boys, sob icky. Wonder Sheep, sped nowhere.
Who?
And so on and so forth. Well, it goes on and on. Right, so the email is nabbott, 2b's1t, at talk-radio.co.uk. The phone number, 0500 1053 89. All right, let's get through what?
I was going to say, we've got some emails. Got quite a lot.
Do we?
Oh, yeah.
Any interesting ones? No. Here's one in Red Ruth. Hello, John, you're on Talk Radio.
Good evening, Nick.
John.
I think it's only fair that I replace the Judist in your midst.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in commercial radio for quite some time, and
we'd prefer if you weren't tainted by having worked in this business already. We would like a completely blank canvas. We would like to mould you to our, our requirements.
well, the previous radio station was blank, totally bland as well.
Aren't they all?
Yes.
No, not all of them. Some of them. Most of them.
Most of them
Most are. Yes, that's
well,
right.
the one that I was at definitely was.
Really? And what was the name of it? Don't say it.
I daren't. It was Pirate FM. I daren't say it.
Just said it.
Did I? Oh dear, I must have missed that one. Oh well, never mind.
Pirate FM.
Yes.
It's a pirate station.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's because it's based in Cornwall and their seafaring heritage and so on and so forth.
Right.
Yes, stupid name, I know, but there you go. And I want the man's job, I'm afraid.
I don't know, you're beginning to sound like really, really negative. Like if we employed you here, then you'd go and slag us off somewhere else.
Well,
you see, that's the thing about this business, John. It's very, very small. And people that you slag off today, you will find that they become your bosses tomorrow. Seriously.
I shouldn't think so. You wouldn't. Nobody would have my boss.
Absolutely. The strangest things happen in this business.
I know. You don't have to tell me. I'm already in it.
So how old are you?
I'm 29.
Too old.
Never.
Yeah, we need this is not a senior position, John. It's like if you were going for, like, office boy, a 29-year-old, that's too old. That office boy is about the level of, the sort of the menial level that we're after. And 29, you should be established by now.
Yeah, going on 4.
You're doing terribly. But thanks for your application, and we'll consider it, and we'll file it in the round file.
In the appropriate place.
Yes, cheers, mate.
In your mind.
0500 1053 89, free call. Here is, is GIP spelled GYP? I thought it was, of course it is, because if it was GIP, it would be GIP. What an idiot. GYP. Well, here's somebody who's actually gone to the trouble of looking it up for us. Hello, Margaret.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
Good. What dictionary were you looking up?
Oh, well, I wasn't looking up in the right place, you see. I was looking at JIP and GIP. You see, I'm doing a radio show at the moment, and I can't really concentrate on words and things like that and everything. So GYP.
So
and what have you got
it?
for it? No, what have you got? Not yet.
Right. Well, GIP is to take out the entail. So have you found that one? Right. GYP is to cheat or swindle, or to give someone pain, to cause someone pain.
Yes, so I used it correctly.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Well done. Does that mean I get a sweatshirt as well?
No, it means I get a sweatshirt.
Oh, right.
Well done me. Hooray. Can you send it to me in the post, Margaret?
Size, colour?
I'd like an extra large in dark blue.
Blue, right. Purple?
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
I'll give you my address.
Right.
It's 63.
Okay.
You writing this down?
I'm writing this down.
Got a pen and paper?
Right, give me a minute then.
My home address is 63. I'll give you my phone number. You can call me up at home.
Right.
It's 0181. Are you mad?
Right, wait a minute.
Bye-bye. 0500 1053 89. That's my home number. It's a free call. Here's one in Birmingham, and it's a bloke called Graham. Graham.
Hello, Mr. Mediocre.
Hello.
You alright?
Yeah.
That took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting to get through that quick.
From the board, you look like you've been holding about 15 minutes.
Yeah, sorry, I was just about to roll myself a cigarette, so I got slightly distracted, sorry.
Shall we put you on hold and come back to you?
No, it's alright, I'll talk now.
Okay, great.
You said about people in this country seem to be jealous of celebrities.
Yes.
I think that's a national problem of a very large scale. We seem to be jealous of anyone with any kind of success or money or wealth or talent in this country. I think it's due to the fact that most of this population has a large lack of it.
I also think it's partly due to the I mean, it goes back a long time in this country. Everybody's supposed to know their place, and nobody's supposed to get above it. And so I think the people that run things don't actually want anybody from the lower orders to rise above themselves. And so it's almost been instilled in us to, mind our P's and Q's and be who we were born to be, and not, get ideas above our station.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's part of the national mindset that we're lowly. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Americans or American culture, but they seem to, embrace their celebrities. And
what is bizarre is that you can understand the haves, like the lords and the ladies, and all those, pinched old types, not wanting less well-off people to get what they've got. You can kind of understand that. Mm-hmm. But what I don't understand is the less well-off really take that mindset completely on board.
Yeah.
And
relish it.
And vilify people from their own class, if you want, that do well, like people like, pop stars and, footballers, and so on and so forth. We hate them because they have become what the haves of this world have always had. Am I making any sense?
Yeah. You're kind of verbalising what I was thinking. It is all born of jealousy, and well, that's basically what I think.
But it's almost more than jealous. You can almost hear people thinking that you shouldn't do that. How dare you earn this much? And and every so often you'll hear in the papers, how dare David Beckham earn $8 million a year, and Michael Jackson isn't worth being paid, $5 million for a concert, and Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't worth. I mean, how can he be worth $20 million a film? And
well, obviously it must be to somebody.
Well, of course, nobody's, it's show business. It's show, and then emphasise the syllables business. And nobody's going to give any of these people the money that they're earning just because they like them. They give it to them because they'll make more money from employing them.
They'll drag people into cinemas or theatres or wherever it is they are, or they'll sell records.
Exactly, that's why Arnold Schwarzenegger can pull 20 million per film, because by paying him that much, the people who make the film will make 40 million.
Exactly.
So it's ludicrous. I mean, it's that whole... and it comes up so often, like how... And people seem obsessed with money in this country. There barely... any story about any celebrity in any paper, they'll always have first their age, their hair colour if they're female, and how much they're earning.
How much they earn, yeah.
Or just like a guesstimate.
Shortly after, like, the either pretty, bubbly, bouncy verb they usually use. And then they'll stick in earn so a year. It's working class pride that's still stuck in people's minds. But they've got to stay at this low station, and that's where they're supposed to be, and that's the way life is. And
it's almost impossible to get your head around this.
Gritty and horrible.
Yeah, it's not working class pride. It's almost as though they've taken on board that they aren't, that they're not allowed to rise above themselves. And they almost take pride in not being allowed to, earn more than their father did, and so on and so forth. And I don't understand why the lower, well, it's a dreadful phrase, but just the lower orders really take on that mindset so readily. But
they don't seem to have a problem with it. Like I said, I'm not a fan, but in America, everyone's quite proud of themselves. Everyone's very self-confident. You stick a camera in front of an American, they're a performer instantly.
Well, they have a shorter history than we do, and it's not so class conscious. It's more money conscious over there.
Well, that's their
it doesn't matter.
Tier system, isn't it?
Yeah,
earnings.
It doesn't matter who you are. It's how much you've got over there. And in this country, it's who you are and who your father and your father's father and so on and so forth.
What school you went to, and
that's right.
Okay.
And if my great-grandfather was a lord, I am therefore a better person than you, mate.
Which is tosh, of course.
No, I actually am a better person than you, mate.
This is Talk Radio. Anorax. Email Nick now. nabbott@talk-radio.co.uk.
Whoa, what's this? You can't stop moving, can you? He's grooving while sitting down. What's this?
This is, Blade.
Oh?
I don't know, it's some hip-hoppy thing. I can't remember what it is.
Did Scott Chisholm just offer us a joint?
He did. Listen, emails. I've got one very, very, very special email.
Okay.
You have to hear this.
It's from your mum.
No, just to acknowledge some of them. Danny, Andy, someone called Sexy C Chick, Michelle, Anthony, Rosie, Mike, and Rob. Rosie actually sent two. I think she wants the attention. And this one from somebody, Carol McGiffin. Carol McGiffin.
Who?
Carol McGiffin.
Doesn't ring a bell.
No.
Who's that then?
Someone claiming to be Carol McGiffin.
Carol McGiffin. Oh, she's on TV.
I think she is. When's she on TV?
When?
Soon, isn't it?
I don't know. She did leave a message on my answer machine saying that she was on TV, and I said...
What?
She did.
Her and Paul Ross, you just can't get away from them.
You can't. Weekend breakfast on this station, by the way. And it must be her, because it says, Knickers and the Fat Fraud.
That sounds like her.
I'm not going to be one of your merry band of insane listeners who calls you! So you will have to call me. Mind you, I'm not sure I can speak to you now, as I'm having an affair.
I'm so annoying.
With your mobile answering service. It says here, all right. It just, all right. Carol XXXXXXXXX.
She says what?
Carol XXXXXXX.
Right.
But she does say, all right.
No.
No, she does.
This machine is too slow. It's not on hotkeys. I have to dial in between the various numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing very well, am I?
No.
No.
Oh.
God bless you, Carol, my love.
We want more email.
We should call her up. Is she in the pub?
I don't think she can speak to you now. She's having an affair.
With
your mobile answering service. So I suspect she's been calling your mobile and leaving messages.
Not only is this bizarre story about the Russians sending up mirrors in space to make it daylight on the other side of the planet, I mean, I still have not come to terms with that story. That's the most bizarre thing I've ever heard. There was, in the papers today also, there's something that made me, again, check that the date wasn't April the 1st. 120 Father Christmases from 10 countries converged on Copenhagen in Denmark yesterday. Items on the agenda for the 35th Santa Claus World Congress include equality in the workplace for elves and what constitutes a decent hemline for Mrs. Christmas. One visiting Santa, Ruriko Sonoda from Japan, brought frowns to faces of male colleagues when she became the first Santa in a miniskirt. Ole Lundsgaard, chairman of the Danish Santa Claus Guild, and hardline conservative growled, wives of Father Christmas want their own trade union and to vote at the Congress. They can attend our meetings as long as they shut up. And the elves must wear long skirts. Santas are also looking to solve such problems as chimney sizes and whether they can drink and smoke in uniform, going out for a fag. But most serious is the date of Christmas. In Spain, it's January the 6th. Is it? I didn't know that. And the Spanish Santas want January the 6th made the official Christmas day. The issue will be decided today, and if the date changes, then Santas worldwide will have to abide by it. It's the law. They got their own union. Now that is even sadder than Star Trek conventions, isn't it?
Nothing wrong with Star Trek convention?
Yeah, sure there is. And train spotting. You ever been to a Star Trek convention?
I haven't actually.
Mr. Zulu will be the only one who ever shows up.
Zulu.
You remember the Zulus? Michael Caine. He was great in that film.
Oh, here we go.
Mr. Zulu was in the Zulus. Not a lot of people know that. Here's a call in Manchester, and it's Mark. Mark, you're on Talk Radio.
Hello?
Mark.
Good evening, what's your name, Nick? I was wondering, if you were offered a job by the BBC, would you take it, since it's such a bad institution?
No, I am contracted to work here, but thanks for the offer. It was Mr. Burt's secretary. Please call me at home. 0500 1053 89, free one. Here's Ruth in Dagenham. Ruth.
Hi, Nick. Welcome back with your happiness.
Huge amounts of happiness over here, Ruth. Thanks for mentioning.
Hi, Kev. Oh, grumpy.
Yeah, over here, happiness. In there, no happiness at all.
Happiness.
Spread it around. That's right. It's the greatest gift that I possess. I thank the Lord that I was blessed with completely the average amount of happiness.
Oh, I don't know. Generous amounts, I've heard.
Really? Where have you heard that from?
Oh, the rumours were true then.
No.
Two things, if I may.
Yeah.
Firstly, there are three meanings to jip.
Okay.
The first one is the act or instance of cheating or swindling, or a servant who cleans students' rooms, especially in Cambridge University.
Really? They're called jips?
That's right.
Well, that's a horrible word, because jip is close to jippo, which is a word that nobody should use.
Oh, no, that's an awful word, that is.
They call them jips?
Yes, apparently, especially when cleaning kitchens.
Really, so they've got their fags to polish their shoes, and... Seriously, that's what they call them, isn't it?
Yes.
And, no, that's Eton, isn't it? Okay, so the boys from Eton have their fags, and then they go to, they go up the road to Cambridge. And they have their jips.
Yes, I wonder what they have in Oxford.
I don't know, it'll be a three-letter word. You can bank on that.
Yes, you're right there. And the last meaning is a severe pain or punishment used in the phrase to give jip.
Severe pain or punishment? Well, I should start administering some severe pain and punishment around here, like that.
Oh, and again. and secondly, when poor old James has disappeared, how about getting a female in there to keep all you men in order?
Now that's a good idea. Well done, Ruth.
My God, Kev!
Nellie's off. Like fish in a restaurant on Saturday. Anybody that comes in to replace him has to not mind being called Nelly because we can't think of anything else to cart up. Is that okay?
Yep, that's fine.
Nelly too.
You up for the job, Ruth?
Nick, look at it this way. You've nurtured him, you've brought him up to the standard that he is now.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's going to take this wealth of information and knowledge with him.
And sell it elsewhere, yeah.
Exactly.
I should sue him into a black hole in space.
Now then, James Whale's got his dominatrix, so you'll have to have someone on a part of that.
Wait, so what are you saying here, Ruth?
Well, somebody with a whip to keep you in order.
With wit?
Whip.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, it was clearly not me then, is it? No, I think it's been done, Ruth. I think, I'll just make him a tea or coffee occasionally. And...
All right, well, we'll cogitate on that, Ruth, and let you know. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
0500 1053 89, free call. The fax is 0541 59 69 79. And if you're thinking about taking a holiday this year, but you don't actually have enough money, and you want to do something really, really adventurous and do good things at the same time, then how about this? Mount Kilimanjaro is one of Africa's most magnificent sites. And at 5,895 meters, it's the highest peak in that land. And you could be there if you join the Talk Radio Scope Kilimanjaro Hikeaway team. You spend 6 days trekking across cultivated farmlands on the lower levels, just to get you into it, through giant heathers and the lush rainforest to the ice-clad peak. How great does that sound? This fully inclusive 9-day trip takes place in March 1999. It'll cost you just £195. And you can't beat that with a stick. That money will go towards return flights to Kilimanjaro, food, tour guides, transfers, accommodation, and all the money you raise will help Scope with their work with people with cerebral palsy. To find out more, you can ring the Talk Radio Scope hotline now. If you want to go, it's 0500 575... Excuse me. 575, all the twos. 0500 575 222.
Hello, who's this? This is Talk Radio. Recall 0500 1053 89 now.
Nick Abbott.
I mean, he's a stand-up guy. He really cares about your table.
Jack Straw has changed his tune, hasn't he? It's funny, this government, just lately they seem to have taken a bit of a U-turn because they came into power and they seem to be even more rabidly right-wing than the previous lot. And now, suddenly, after they've sort of got their feet under the table, they're beginning to make sense. Two Jags was talking about, getting people onto public transport and putting money the bus's way, and that gets the thumbs up. Absolutely, get people out of their cars as long as they can go onto a system of public transport that is actually reliable and clean and shows up on time. Great idea. And now Jack Straw, who took over as Michael Howard in a mask, even more sort of right-wing rhetoric than that man was giving us, has suddenly come about face, and now he's not sort of going on the prison's work, and we must get more police on the streets, and we must arrest everybody, for sneezing and coughing in public. And he's actually been photographed in front of graffiti, which is not very Jack Straw-like at all. Apparently there's this urban playground that instead of having these little sort of graffiti mosquito bites, people just writing their names, they've hired an actual graffiti artist who's made it all beautiful and colourful and everything. And Jack Straw has had such a change of heart that he's been pictured in front of it, in full colour in the Times, no less. He seems to be more relaxed these days, doesn't he, Jack Straw? He's a little less pinched and constant. Maybe he's been sitting at home chewing the fat with his son. That's K-H-A-T. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just always suspicious of you these days.
Yeah, I believe that they have, they've delivered a couple of bags on the plane of a week. Sit home chewing the cat.
That's probably not the case.
Isn't it?
No. I would guess very strongly that that's...
You'd venture to say that was not in fact the case?
I would.
In the Straw household?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's been just like hanging out with his son.
Probably has, yeah.
Yeah. Enjoying a cigarette?
No, not even that. Maybe just seen a movie,
Dinner and a movie?
Doubt it.
Why not?
But maybe.
Do you not think that they're close? Well, he didn't march him up to the police station, didn't he?
Just there we are.
That will put a divide between a father and a son.
Or maybe...
I would be really deeply embarrassed if my dad was Jack Straw, wouldn't you? Like, constantly in the news, wagging his finger. Although, as I say, he seems to have calmed down of late.
Who, Jack Straw or your dad?
No, Jack Straw. My dad's not calm. Blood is constantly boiling.
Have you spoken to him?
Especially during the news, when he shouts at it constantly.
Have you spoken to him in the past 24 hours?
Yeah, spoke to him just today.
Did he give you hassle for comparing him to Victor Meldrew?
No, I think he'd fallen asleep by that time. But he listens to the rest of the station. He's, on my say-so, he's discovered the rest of Talk Radio, and he thinks he gave it the full thumbs up.
Really?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Of course he did.
So if nothing else, I've actually provided another listener, one more listener, for this radio station. Am I worth the money or what?
So he loves the station, hates you.
That's right. In a nutshell, that's correct. Thanks for pointing that out. Here's one in, it's like Happy Families, isn't it? Like the Addams Family. Here's Alana in London. Hello.
Hello, Nick.
Alana.
I want to apply for this position as gopher.
And what qualities can you bring to this position?
Patience, awareness, tolerance, intelligence. Need I go any further?
I'm afraid so.
Okay.
How old are you, Alana?
I'm 25.
Too old.
Oh, no.
You don't sound 25.
You disappoint me.
You sound...
But I'm a mature 25. I'm mature for my age.
Well, you forgive me, but you sound a lot older than 25.
Oh, I've worried a lot.
You sound middle-aged.
Well, no, certainly
You
not.
are, aren't you?
How could you accuse a person of such a thing?
You are middle-aged, aren't you?
I'm not, no.
Alana.
I'm just a mature 25.
Your name's really Ethel, isn't it?
That was my mother's best friend's name, Alana, and she gave it to me.
And you live in Worthing.
No, Wimbledon.
The bath chair capital of the world.
Bath checkers, is it really?
Worthing, yeah.
Cat is, what is cat anyway? What do you mean, do you mean marijuana? Is that cat?
No, it's, is it Indonesian or something like that? It's a plant. No, seriously, it's a plant that they chew. I can't actually remember where it comes from. But it sort of perks them up. It's like a double espresso.
Oh, like guarana. Like that.
Kind of like guarana, yeah, something like that, precisely.
Oh, I see,
it's
yeah.
like a really...
So that's what they've been chewing over.
They've been chewing over the fat, yeah.
Substitute.
Something like that. Well, I'm sorry, Alana, but you failed this test.
If you change your mind...
Sure, I'll let you know. What do you do as a job right now? You're retired.
I'm a graduate who's looking for work.
A graduate of?
Thousands of us. European Studies.
Oh, blimey, what are you going to do with that?
Well, there's plenty I can do with it.
There is? Like what?
I can teach English as a foreign language.
Anybody can teach English as a foreign language. Are you joking?
I could go do a degree in teaching.
Seriously, Alana, you spent 3 years of your life studying European studies.
Yes.
Well, what does that actually mean? I mean, what?
Well, it meant politics, a language.
Right. So a lot of little, a lot that amounts to nothing at all. Am I right?
Oh, I don't agree at all. I'm very pleased that I did it.
You are?
Yes.
Because you had a great time at uni.
Because it was interesting. I met lots of different people. It was fun. And it was challenging.
But is not the purpose of getting a higher education not to just have fun while you're doing it?
Hopefully, it might have helped me get some work. Yes,
yeah,
of course, that was the.
And how long have you been graduated?
A year.
And what are you doing?
I'm applying for jobs.
It's a full-time job, that, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is. Yes.
And
application forms, CVs,
and sort of soul-destroying. I can remember going through all that, and you just hate doing it. And you find that you go through a period when you can send out like a dozen letters a day.
That's right.
And you'll go through a week, and suddenly you send out 50 letters, and you feel on top of the world because you've actually achieved something. It's almost like finishing an essay. And you just feel, wow, I've got that behind me. I feel great.
Yes, and then you get maybe 1 or 2 or 3 replies.
That's right. You rush down to meet the postman every day, and time keeps ticking by.
Well, thank you. You made me feel a whole lot better.
And you get nothing in response. And then, like 3 weeks later, you'll get a letter that's sort of 2 lines long.
I've had a few interviews as well.
It says, "Dear applicant, thank you for your letter. We will keep it on file. Please don't ever contact us again. And if you show up at the building, we're calling the police."
Well, they're not quite as honest as you.
Now, do you prefer the honesty, or do you prefer I just strung you along?
I think you can be honest without being rude.
Okay. Well, Alana, I'd love to hire you, if only to fire you.
Well, yes, I'd be up for that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
A sucker for punishment. Okay, thanks, Alana. We will definitely keep you on file.
Thank you very much.
And don't ever show up here again. Bye-bye. What a nice lady. 0500 1053 89. Free call. Here's one about the Russians in space. Steve. Oh, I haven't pressed him. Steve.
Hi, Nick.
Steve.
Well, two things just to really bore you. Did you know that they've already done this once?
Okay, explain what it is, because people might not have heard.
Well, what they're trying to do is get sunlight to the remote regions of it, because England, where it's based, put in the on the world, we get quite a lot of sunlight, but there are regions that get very little, and vice versa. At the other ends of the year, they get very little.
So in a nutshell, they're sending up a mirror into space to reflect sunlight into Siberia. As incredible as that sounds.
But they've already tried to do it once.
Really?
Yes, and the mirror apparently wasn't strong enough, so it's probably still floating around out there, or it may have crashed onto the Earth.
And let me remind you again of that date. It's November the 9th, because this story will appear in the papers today and then probably not ever again. So it's something to note in your diary, November the 9th. Provided there is little cloud on that night, London, Frankfurt, Kiev, Seattle, Quebec, among the cities that will be lit up by what will appear to be a disk between 5 and 10 times as bright as a full moon. So in other words, it's not going to be something that you might catch if you're using binoculars. This is going to virtually blind you with light. You will literally be blinded by science.
There's another thing as well, Nick. Nick?
Yeah.
Did you know Alan Shepard died today?
I heard that on the news, yeah.
Do you know today was the day that Neil Armstrong actually walked on the moon?
Really?
Exactly the same day, yeah.
And the day he screwed up the most famous line in history?
The boldly go where no man's gone before.
Space. Wouldn't it have been great if he said that?
Oh, well, yeah, that would have been
Well, it would have been amazing, because it would have been a good 10 years before the actual series came out.
These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds.
And to examine the captain's log. Yeah, that's right.
That music makes your hair stand up on the back of your neck.
Really?
Yeah.
A Trekkie?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey. Have you been to a Star Trek convention?
Once.
Oh. What was your experience? Did Mr. Zulu show up?
No, to be honest with you, I don't know if you're a Star Trek fan or not. But you do go on. Well, you do go on about it quite a lot.
Yeah, I noticed that as well, actually.
The thing is that you do get people dressed up. It's a bit like the Rocky Horror Show. If you don't dress up, you feel a bit out of place.
And if you do dress up, do you feel out of place on the bus going to the convention?
Oh, I don't know, because I didn't dress up. But
Did you feel out of place in the convention?
Because you get people there up on stage, and they don't. You get a lot of people in the audience start asking these really technical questions, forgetting the guys on the stage are actors and actresses. And they just...
So which actor and actress showed up? A guy who played the green foaming monster in episode 6.
And a red security guard.
They
got killed.
It's always the way. It's like Eddie Izzard said some while ago in a concert that, it's a bit drastic, the old phasers. They had kill and stun. You could have some middle settings like, I've got water in my ear, or I've left the cooker on at home.
I get it, Steve.
That's the difference between a trained professional and you, Steve. When Eddie said it, it was funny.
It was bloody hilarious.
I think Steve, admit it, right? You just went to this convention to get drunk and meet Klingons, didn't you?
No. This is a long time. This is actually a long time ago, before the Klingons were in all this big regalia that they wear now. This is back in the days when they were just half caste.
Right.
Okay, my phaser is on stun. Thanks a lot, Steve. 0500 1053 89. Free call.
He's dead, Jim.
He is dead, Jim.
Not as we know it.
It's Mrs. Hull. Let me say again. It's Mrs. Hull.
Good evening.
Hello, Mrs. Hull. How are you?
I'm fine.
I wondered if you'd find me here.
Oh, yes.
How you doing?
As Star Trek, I keep track of you. And by the way, I like Star Trek.
Do you?
I really do.
You must be the oldest person to watch that show.
You stopped the old bit. It's my birthday as well,
Happy birthday to you.
Yes, well, thank you.
And how old are you?
I'm not 16 3/4.
16 3/4. You made it. Everyone is thrilled.
Yes.
So what have you been up to, Mrs. Hull? I haven't spoken to you in a good long while. Yeah, let me explain to people what don't know. You have followed me from show to show.
Since you was in nappies.
And right, that's right. We have a restraining order on you at the moment, but still you follow me.
Yes.
And you have been the most popular caller at every station we've stopped at.
Have you really? Am I really?
You are.
Oh, thank God. Well, I think it's under your tuition.
So how's your birthday been going?
Well, it isn't till Sunday.
Oh, can I take the bag?
Oh, it's nice. Having the family down, they're coming from Scotland.
Right, do you know what you're getting?
Yes, I'm getting a new music centre.
Really?
Mm.
A gramophone?
Oh, hell bells, come off it, Nick.
Is it a stereogram they're giving you?
No, I'm getting one of... It's a big thing.
Does it have a remote control? Is it actual sort of fully functioning modern CD player?
All that.
But do you find that you can't work the stuff? I mean, do you have a video at home?
Yes.
Can you work it?
And I've got a computer.
Really?
Of course I have.
Blimey. I'm going to speak to my parents about this because they profess not to know how to work anything that was made after the 60s. I mean, they might as well not have a video at all because they don't know how to record on it. The only thing they can do is play.
I'm a very intelligent person.
Well, there's no question about that, Mrs. Hull, but I don't think intelligence has got anything to do with it. I think
it is. Common sense, intelligence.
Well, my parents are intelligent, but I just don't think that they can be bothered to learn it. It's like they'll open the instruction manual and it might as well be in Chinese. You know, they'll get past 2 words. It's like me listening to financial advice, and I've been to several people, and as soon as they start talking, I just kind of like drift off, and I feel like a schoolboy and listening to the maths teacher. I'm looking out the window, thinking of going and playing football, or going to the cafe and sitting in the basement and smoking cigarettes and pretending I'm hard.
No. No, I don't like to be beaten, and I don't like to be in a conversation when I know nothing about it.
Do you ever think of going to a cafe around the corner and sitting in the basement and smoking cigarettes and pretending you're hard?
I do not smoke. Don't be funny. And by the way, and another thing. Are you in trouble with your parents?
No, amazingly, no. My mother's out of the country, and my dad,
Keeping an eye on you?
I don't think he listens to me anymore.
Well, you keep referring to your parents.
I know. And I will...
I thought you'd been in trouble.
No, and I will do until they tell me that otherwise. I'll start picking on Kev's mum again.
I don't think you will.
If I was Kev, I'd give you a thump.
Yeah, well, I'll probably be in receipt of just that later.
Yeah, wait till after the show, Mrs. Hull.
Listen, Mrs. Hull, we're 2 minutes past a break. It's lovely to hear from you again. Are you going to call us again?
Listen, when would you like me to call you?
Any time you please.
Oh, no, lovely. Thank you very much, you two.
Hey, thanks, Mrs. Hull. Kiss, kiss.
Bye-bye.
It was Mrs. Hull, ladies and gentlemen. We'll come right back.
Listen out for something new.
We're giving you more of what you want. More programs, more variety.
Catch your favorite talk radio presenters at some brand new times.
Scott Chisholm,
9 a.m.
Lorraine Kelly,
11 a.m.
Anna Rayburn,
1 p.m.
Tommy Boyd,
3 p.m.
Peter Dealey,
5 p.m.
Nick Abbott,
7 p.m.
James Whale,
9 p.m.
Ian Collins,
1 a.m.
Weekdays have never looked so good.
Set your watch for the brand new sound of talk radio. There's a good argument for listening.
So I hear that people have been disrespecting you, James.
Yeah, 2 complaints to the radio authority this week, so it's up the ante, doesn't it, really?
Really? Had any upheld?
No, I'm hoping. That's the one thing I'm hoping for.
Really, have you never had a complaint upheld by the radio authority?
Several. But the boss did come to me the other day and said, are you on the air at the moment? I said, yes, why? He said, I've had no complaints for 6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, I said,
it's a miracle, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolute miracle. But you've got to have complaints because otherwise you're not really being true, are you, to yourself?
True to your roots.
Exactly. You've got to keep the complaints coming in. And it's no good just having namby-pamby complaints. You've got to have a few complaints upheld.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fines,
the whole lot.
If the radio authority fine
I have insurance
station,
against that.
Or do you have to actually pay it?
I'm not paying it. Listen, I always say, if you don't like me, why listen?
Exactly.
There are people who listen just to complain. I use this word. I'll tell you the word I use.
Oh, please don't. Can you just say it after 9? Write it down on a piece of paper and show it to me.
It's a Shakespearean word he uses a lot in the works of William Shakespeare, and it means fatherless child.
Really, he had such a mouth on him, Shakespeare.
I know, didn't he? And you know, the word that really gets everybody going.
Don't say it.
No, okay. It was named after a street in the city of London.
Oh, that street.
Great Street. And I did a show on the television once where we were going to explore all these words, and I had permission to actually use this word, and I found it very difficult to say. It just wouldn't come out of my mouth. But anyway, there we are. So I got good complaint. Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't have very much on that day.
I knew it was you that wrote the letter. What are these?
They're blackout blinds.
They're very nice.
I get woken up at like 5:30 every morning, and I'm just not getting any sleep. I'm walking around like a zombie all day, and I just can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
So I've got blackout blinds. So hopefully I'll be able to.
Can you put these up?
I don't know.
I couldn't do that. You see, I'm very impressed, Nick, if you can do that, because DIY, for me, is a kind of different planet.
Now, when you say you couldn't do that, have you actually tried to put those blinds up, or is it just like the concept?
The concept of you'd have to drill something in somewhere, wouldn't you?
I hope not. I hope that they just stick on with glue.
Well, no, of course they don't. No, you've got to put them on with fixing thingies.
You do?
I think so.
Oh, I'll get a man round.
Oh, yeah, you need a man round for this. Complete with all parts plus simple instructions on the reverse of this label for cutting and assembly.
That's the phrase of death. Simple instructions. Are you serious?
Yeah, these aren't even cut to the right size, Nick. You've got to cut these to the right size.
Right. Well, I'm going to buy. I'll just buy one of those padded eye masks.
Exactly. That would have been better.
Yeah.
Very, very Hollywood, very 1950s.
Well, I think they're coming back. Yeah. I'm going to wear them out.
Yeah. No, that's good. Is this your bag?
He's touching my bag again.
Yeah. I did that last night, didn't I? Anyway, so I'll be on at 9.
And that's it.
That's it. Oh, I tell you who I have got coming in later.
I know, I was saying. Isn't that great?
Yeah, he's a, director of Midnight Cowboy and director of...
Have you got the music to Midnight Cowboy? Because that is fantastic. Yeah. The harmonica thing.
I always wanted to be that guy. Didn't you want to be that guy?
Which one?
With the cowboy hat. You want to be the short one?
Yeah, I wanted to be Rizzo.
Yeah, well, they're the other one. I always fancy being the other one, standing there sort of. And if Viagra had been around, you could have made a living at it.
Sure.
But that's for after 9, I suppose after 10 or 11. But maybe there's somebody out there who wants to be a movie star. I mean, he's got 4 movies on the shelf, haven't been released yet.
I'm sure he'd love that.
He's working on... I wonder whether or not there is a possibility on radio of doing the casting couch.
Yeah, people should start queuing outside the building now, because he'll be leaving, about 11, something like that. Yeah. And I'm sure he'll have the time to go through each and every one of you.
Bring your portfolio.
We're in Regent Street.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just over the Café de Paris.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, James Well is in at 9 o'clock, and we're going away to come back again.
This is Talk Radio. Nick Abbott.
You have got to talk to him. He'll listen to you.
Yeah. Boy. Okay, we have a lottery result, which I'd completely forgotten about.
Did you buy a ticket today?
I did, yeah.
We got an email from our IT manager, by the way.
Oh, really?
He says, "This is libel. I've never worn brown cords in my entire life." That's for me, and thanks, Ian.
Is he saying, "I don't like brown"?
I think he's saying he has a sense of humour and doesn't mind the fact that you libelled him.
Excellent.
Okay, kill the music.
And the National Lottery result is...
Here we go.
R is R.
28.
What?
28.
That cannot be... Were you reading this in numerical order?
Yeah.
Okay, well, stop speaking right there. 28? It did not... The first ball cannot be 28.
Yeah, there's 34, 38, 39, 46, and 47. With a bonus ball of 21.
Well, that's the quickest disappointment I've ever had. What were the first 3 again?
28.
Yeah.
34.
No. No, that's not right.
I'm sure something's meant to happen here.
Yeah, it's not right at all. That's not it. There must be something else. Can you read that again? Here's one in Cheltenham, and it's a person called Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca.
Hello, Nick.
Rebecca.
Hello.
Rebecca.
Did you see, or are you going to see it if you recorded it, the 42 Up programme last night and tonight?
No.
Do
Do you know what the programme I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. They've followed these people,
That's
and
it.
do they not make a programme about them every 8 years?
Every 7 years.
7 years, like I said, because
6 sevens are...
7 8s are 53.
Yeah, that's it. And I just wondered if they'd featured you, what would you have been doing for all those 7, 14, 21, and however far it goes for you?
Watching TV. It would have been a really boring section of the programme.
What, at 7 and 14?
Of course.
No change in hairstyle?
Well, it got a little, no, in fact.
No change in ambition?
Or clothes. I can just barely squeeze into them now. No, my ambition remains the same. I want to be a bus conductor.
At 7?
Well, I'd rather be one now, actually. Because they get to push the bell, and it's great. It's a silver circle with a red button in the middle of it. Dr. Freud would have a field day.
I'm sure.
Thanks a lot, Rebecca.
Okay, bye.
Here's one in London. Hello, John.
Right, Nick?
John.
Hi, I've got a good joke to tell you.
We don't really do jokes.
It's a good, clean one. You don't need to worry about it.
Well, good and clean is okay, but is it funny?
It is.
Sick boy, have you checked this joke?
You didn't say it was saying a joke.
Well,
I don't know. Put him back on
tricky. Hold. Okay, he's on hold. He's on 2. Check that joke out for comedic content. Here's Lorette in London.
Oh, hi.
Lorette.
How are you?
I'm okay.
All right, yeah. I'm ringing up because I heard you chatting on about the drug called Chat. Well, it's called Chat, Clat, all sorts of
Cat,
names it's
I
got.
think it's KHAT, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's all sorts of nicknames for it as well, but I know where it's from and what it does and things.
Okay, where's it from?
Well, basically it's sort of an East African drug, and it's a bit like the coca leaf that produces cocaine.
Well, it's kind of like coffee, right? It just gives you a little lift.
Yeah, it gives you like a sort of an adrenaline buzz, and you sort of chew it and chew it and chew it, and like, it keeps you awake all night. But the reason I know about it is because I used to do an outreach project with some Somali refugees in Bethnal Green.
Yeah.
And we used to book these appointments, people to come in to get employment and training advice. And they would never turn up in the mornings when we were there. And we're thinking, why is this, you know? So we asked them, like, why can't you get here in the mornings? Why do you turn up at 2:30 and 3:30? And they told us it was this, like, cat stuff that they chew, and they said it's a sociable thing. They chew it all night long, and it's perfectly legal. And then they just, as soon as they stop, like, eating it, then they have to go to sleep and they crash out for the rest of the day. So when they're having to move his outreach project from the morning till the afternoon, so they get here on time, you know.
Kind of like being a teenager, you just flat out cannot get up in the morning.
It is, yeah.
All right, well, listen, thanks.
It's like a really sociable thing, you know, for everybody does it in Somalia.
I'm sure they do, and it'll catch on like wildfire here as soon as they find out where to get it. Thanks a lot, Lorette.
All right.
0500 1053 89. James Well coming in after 9 o'clock. It's got John Schlesinger on the show. Here's one from Becca in Bromley. Becca.
Hello.
Becca.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Great.
Cool. Can I have that job, please?
What are your qualifications?
I have just graduated from university. I got a 2-1 in professional broadcasting at Ravensbourne College of Design and Communication.
Blimey, what a mouthful. Professional...
Broadcasting.
Professional broadcasting.
That's pretty good, because Nelly had one of them. I got a 2-1 in media.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, Go on, let us have the job, because I'm like trying to find other stuff to do, and it's like I'm working in a pub
no, we don't want anybody like desperate and pathetic now, Becca.
Oh, I'm not desperate and pathetic. Come on, I know I'm the person for the job. I'm confident, I'm self-motivated, I'm organised, I'm computer literate. What else do you need?
Well, apart from all of that, what can you offer us, what skills can you offer us?
Well, what skills do you need?
That's not the question that I asked, madam.
I know, but I replied to your question with a question. Answer mine.
Blimey, I don't like this woman's attitude.
Oh, come on!
No, seriously. This is an interview situation now, Becca, and you might as well have reached across the desk and slapped me in the face.
Well, you need organisation in your life, young man.
Well, Becca, how does Nick like his tea then? If you get it right, you've got the job.
White, 1 sugar.
Oh, incorrect. Sorry.
Oh, what was that then?
Well, I can't tell you now. Otherwise, someone else will get the gig, won't they?
Weak, white, no sugar.
Oh, okay. Well, that was close.
Close, but no job. Do we actually want people to apply for this job seriously?
I am serious.
We'll find out tomorrow. We'll discuss it in the pub.
Yeah, I guess you mean in our production meeting?
Sorry, yeah.
I suppose that it wouldn't help to have applications, so we can always chuck them away.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, we'll think about it, and and it'll come out either way, one or the other.
Okay. The only thing is, I'm going to be in really big trouble because I nearly lost my job phoning you guys.
Oh, really?
I'm at a pub at the moment.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. You're going down. You're going down in our estimation now. You seem stupid to us, Becca.
Thanks very much.
Gotta go. Another satisfied customer. Okay, let's go back to this joke. Hi, John. Go ahead.
All right, it's how many politicians does it take to change a light bulb?
How many politicians does it take to change a light bulb?
None, because in real terms, the old one is still working.
Thanks a lot, mate. Let's wipe up this last call. It's Martin, who's in Plymouth.
How you doing, Nick?
Martin, quickly.
What do you think of the new Prince album?
I haven't heard it. Okay, that was pretty quick, wasn't it? What a great call to end on. What do we think about the new Prince album? And I haven't heard, you mean the artist formerly known as the psychedelic sex monster? No, haven't heard it. But thanks for asking. Okay, now, Times Square has been cleaned up, and they have now driven all of the porno cinemas out of town. And they can't be anywhere near a church, and they can't be anywhere near a school, and they can't be within 500 yards of each other. So in other words, the Times Square is now clean and pristine. It's they've got the Disneyland up there, and they've got the record stores and all that, where it used to be all porno cinemas and striptease joints. And this is the no tolerance thing of Rudolph Giuliani, the mayor of New York. So what I thought we should do is have a shameless David Letterman rip-off. Everyone else is doing it.
So why can't we?
Yeah, that's right. And showing our respect to Mayor Rudolph Giuliani, have the top 10 films that are not showing in Times Square. Because, as I say, it used to be a XXX center. Everybody who went to New York made a beeline for that area, which has now been cleaned up. So now, top 10 films not playing in Times Square. Number 10, Jurassic Pork. Number 9, The Big Lebowski. Number 8, Boobzilla. Number 7, King Dong. Number 6, Men in Black Panties. Number 5, Ghoulie Nights. Number 4, Titanic. Number 3, Good Willie Hunting. Number 2, When Harry Felt Sally.
Wait for him.
And the number 1 film now not playing in Times Square, Grease.
The UK on 1053 and 1089 AM. This is Talk Radio.
Free call 0500 1053 89.
Easy. Holidays in the Sun is the Pistols.
Yeah, but I figured if I couldn't stop you, at least I'll play something I like. I don't want to hear it.
So a 100% success record on my part so far. I believe that's absolutely correct, sir. In other people's misery. Okay, that's enough of that. You're never going to get me. 0500 1053 89. Right, let's start picking it up a bit and zoom through some of these people. Here's one in Birmingham. Hello.
Hello, Nick.
Yes, sir.
Nice to speak to you. Punk-related question for you. Get it right and I'll donate £50 to a charity of your choice, right?
Okay.
Remember the Clash's recording of I Fought the Law?
The Clash's recording of I Fought the Law, but the Law won. Yeah.
Well, which famous rock and roll group of the 50s and 60s wrote it and first charted with it? Get it right, and I'll give you 50 quid.
I Fought the Law, but the Law won.
Yeah. Do you want a clue?
Yeah.
The lead singer of the group was extremely famous by himself. He recorded as himself and as a part of the group. 50s and 60s. No?
Dion and the Belmonts.
No.
Freddie and the Dreamers.
No. One more.
Was it one of those something and the somethings?
Yeah. I've got you there, I think. Give up.
Johnny Thunders.
No. Buddy Holly in the crickets.
Was it really? Buddy Holly?
Well, but crickets wrote it for Sonny Curtis. He was the original member of the crickets.
Buddy Holly sang I Fought the Law, but the law won.
No, the crickets.
That Specky geek was fighting the law? I don't think so.
September next week, Buddy Holly week. Let's have Talk Radio do a thing about him, eh?
Oh, yes, sure, Buddy Holly, yeah, that's what we'll be doing, like, over and over and over again with the Buddy Holly. He did this one, didn't he?
No.
I go into cleaning to earn an honest...
I'm sure this was Bob, what's his name? What was his name?
Bubba Holly?
Oh, yeah, Bobby Holly. No, I'm sure he did this one, didn't he?
What a picture,
Stick it up your family. 0500 1053 89. Mate, you can stick it up your family album. Here's one in Blandford. Hello.
Hi, I'm going to talk about my sister, and I just reckon she's from hell, because she and my friend are always having arguments, and I'm always stuck in the middle, trying not to take any sides, but
Like
I always get blamed
stuck in
for
the middle
it.
with you, yeah.
Sorry?
So life is just one constant end of misery and heartache, is it?
Yeah, it's just one...
Yeah, well, get used to it, because that's what life is like. You know, you'll go to school and it'll be the happiest days of your life, so they say, even though it'll seem like a constant misery. And then you grow up and then the horror continues.
Yeah, well, it's just,
I don't want to put you off or anything, but it's this is as good as it gets.
well, it's just, we got into an argument with my friend John Turner, and she got the letter opener and knife and all that sort of crap, and was lunging at him and everything.
Yeah.
And of course, I got all blamed for it.
Okay, well, like the country music song said, here's 10p, call someone who cares. Here's one in well, okay, it's spelled Utoxitor.
Hello, Nick.
Atoxitor. Is that right?
Hello?
Utoxitor? Is that right? He'll say hello again.
Hello? That's right.
Yes, mate.
I've got some free material for you.
What is that, then?
South Park stuff.
South Park free material. What kind of free material do you have?
That's a bunch of crap. That's a bunch of crap.
You get that?
Well, I did, but it ain't loud enough. You're going to have to send it in. In fact, don't bother, because I'll tape it off the TV myself.
Okay.
Holy poop on a stick.
And we want it in stereo next time.
Go on and go home, you fat chicken.
0500 1053 89. It's a free call. Here is one in Birmingham. Hello.
All right, Nick.
How's it going?
I've rung up with a remarkably easy question for you, just to make you look good.
Of course.
Treble album, Sandinista, who did it?
The Clash.
Oh, dear. See, I knew it was going to be easy for you.
I'm a winner, baby, so why don't you lick me? Here's one in Exeter. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Nick. How are you?
All right.
Hearing your country and western phrases, lines, reminds me of the time I had 14 hours of country and western non-stop.
That kicks ass.
Pardon?
You had 14 hours of country and western non-stop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ow! That kid has some real emotional problems.
I bet you did after 14 hours of that tripe.
It was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
All it was about was lost loves, horses, and dead dogs called Shep.
There was a dead dog called Shep?
Well, that's what it seemed to be all the songs were about, like,
Right.
I had no interest in it whatsoever.
John Noakes' dead dog, is that what country people are singing about now?
Yeah, right.
That's no joke.
It's no joke, children. This is big. Yes, it was just horrible, basically.
Kind of like eating too many pancakes. You felt a little bit bilious.
No, but honestly, I rode down to Cornwall with the driver I was with, and he noticed that there was a cassette deck in the lorry cab, and he came back with 50 of them. And, Don Williams, Dolly Parton, you name it, they were probably there.
Ugh.
But it was, well, there you go. And by the way, did you know if Peter Cushing married Whoopi Goldberg, she'd be Whoopi Cushing?
Son of a bitch.
He got there before me. Thanks a lot, mate. 0500 1053 89. It's a freak all. I think we should maybe do screenless or something like that just towards the end of the show to round it off at the end of the week. Or we'll go to the break. We'll rack up some normal calls, and then we'll do whatever it is that transpires up until that point. So it's 0500 1053 89. Where's the sick boy going?
I thought you were going to a break.
I'm going to go to a break, but where are you going?
Sit back down.
Yeah, but you were deserting your post just as we're going to a break?
Sorry.
Well, what were you thinking?
I was thinking of making a cup of tea, actually.
A cup of tea? There's only 12 minutes of the show to go.
Okay, sorry, I'll stay here. Sorry.
I think that we need to instill some kind of discipline amongst our charges. I think some sort of medical procedure might be in order, and as we come out of out of this next break, they'll be screaming,
I didn't have an anal probe.
Sounds American? Doesn't sound of the era that is required.
Clock. I was still woke him up.
Marquee Moon. Sorry? I mean television, not Marquee Moon. Television.
Yeah.
Right. Another winner.
No, it's not wrong track.
No, I said not Marquee Moon. I said television, because originally I said Marquee Moon thinking that was the name of the artist, but of course it's not. It's television.
Yes. But it's
one of the worst singing voices in the entire history of modern music.
Funny.
Okay, I think that's plenty enough. Oh, awful. If you have a spare hand free, there's an udder that's needs some attention. Here's another one right now. Here's one in Burnley. Hello.
Hello.
Mark.
Nick. I've got a question for you, mate.
What's your query, sir?
Which group recorded the single Cranked Up Really High?
I don't know. I can't remember. 999.
No, it was Slaughter and the Dogs.
Slaughter and the Dogs is the correct answer. You win a major prize. Here's one in Swansea. Hello.
Hiya.
Hello.
Right, I thought the law was Bobby Fuller 4, and that was 66, and it reached number 33 in the charts. And then the Clash did it in 88 and reached 29.
It was a call from Paul Gambaccini. Thanks very much for taking time out to give us a ring. 0500 1053 89. It's a freak all. And it seems that Mystic Mike has something to say for himself.
I don't think I've pulled it off yet.
Excuse me? He said,
I don't think I've pulled it off yet.
Which I should be playing frequently. Then Kev's back next week, by the way. And
late next week, though.
That's right, Thursday, something like that. And you know the thing about Kev is...
I'm so annoying.
0500 1053 89. Right, we'll go screenless for the last few minutes that we got here. Are you doing overnights now?
What, tonight?
Yeah.
No.
You get the weekend off?
I'm off now till, well, maybe Monday. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, how do we find out? Because on the Nobbo board, it says that I'm not on.
Well, according to my written schedule, I'm sure we're on, so I'll have to... I don't know, who do we call? Should we call the boss now?
No.
Are you afraid of the answer?
Yeah, let's just not show up, because it says it right there on the Nobbo board. It says not here. Not on, it says. 7 till 9, the Rough Guide to Classical Music on Bank Holiday Monday.
Right.
So that means I've got the day off. Hooray! Okay, let's take a few of these, and then I've got some of the funniest country songs ever. I was teasing you with the ones that I've done so far, but the ones that I've got coming up, absolutely flat-out hill areas. So we'll go screenless for a little while and see what happens. Hello, you're on the air.
You Americans, you're always saying, do you want to know something?
Has anybody heard that song and can figure out what it is that he's actually talking about? I play it on a daily basis, and I've got no idea what it is that you tolerate that would indicate that your children would be next. What the hell's he talking about?
I haven't got a clue.
No idea. Here's another. Hello.
Lesbians are evil!
People from the Lebanese are not evil. They're perfectly upstanding, normal human beings. Well, you know, relatively. Here's another. Hello.
Name that Clash tune that begins with "They cried the tears, they shed the fears."
I think this whole punk thing is getting out of hand. Maybe we should have dance night next Friday. It should be some sort of 70s disco dance night.
No.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Have glam rock night.
It's Nicky the Psycho Newsreader. What did I ask you to do for the news this hour?
Extracorporeal news.
Did you come up with anything?
I've got 3. I can't decide which are the best 2, actually.
They're all kind of strange, as you'd think with news like that.
Extracorporeal news.
Yeah, do you want them now, before the news, or after the news?
All right, yeah, why not? I'd rather
Okay,
talk
I'll
to you
run
than
through
these
the-
awful people on the phone.
They're all pond life, you know that. And now for the
Wow,
extracorporeal
she's not
news.
getting out of the building alive.
Is that journalistic impartiality?
Leaving
Yeah,
from the back
absolutely.
exit this evening.
Look, 50% of the population are of below average intelligence.
And they're all listening to us.
Absolutely, and we love them. Doctors in Germany say that out-of-body experiences may be nothing more than fainting fits. Experiments
like that.
found
That's an out-of-body experience.
that lack of oxygen can make patients feel extracorporeal.
You're getting Fanta.
But don't try it at home. Anyway, the best-selling horror writer Peter James says his inspiration came from an out-of-body experience he had when he was a teenager. It happened when he had a premonition that the car he was in would crash just
Into a
minutes
cow.
before it did. Actually, that might be true, but it doesn't say so in what I've got. The most disturbing one I found was that apparently UK scientists are carrying out secret experiments on 300 patients who don't know they're carrying out experiments on near-death and out-of-body experiences.
Yeah.
It says tests will be starting at the end of this year and finishing next year. So there you go. And I don't know what they're going to do or how they're going to do it, but it doesn't sound very ethical.
What are you doing in there?
Oh, you know, the usual thing.
Really?
I have to occupy myself
I had
before
no
I go on air.
idea.
Yes, there you go.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
But thanks for telling us anyway. It was the Nikki the Psycho newsreader who's going to she's going to Iran.
No, Sudan.
So far away. Well, what's the difference?
Quite a few miles.
Would you be able to pinpoint Sudan on the map?
Yes, actually.
If I held a gun to your head?
You know the little nose bit on Africa? It's there. It's next to Egypt.
There's a nose bit on Africa?
Yeah, on the right-hand
Good
side.
grief, what are you talking about?
Look, give me a map and I'll show you. I do know where I'm going, thank you.
You do?
I do, yes.
Well, Heathrow, and then from then on you're kind of like
Gatwick.
flying blind. Well, yeah, you're right. You show up at Gatwick and they'll tell you, no, your plane's leaving from Heathrow.
No, it's Gatwick.
And then you'll have
Gatwick.
to stay home. And how long are you going for?
I'm going for 7 days.
And did they do this to you as some kind of in-joke?
Actually, they gave me a choice. But you know how it's put in this
you're
building.
going,
it's not really a
right,
choice.
You're
it's
going
sort of
or
like...
you're fired. It was one of those choices, was it?
Actually, no, they said that when they asked me to work on your show. That was sort of like, nobody else will do it.
Really? Well, I wouldn't be surprised, actually, because anybody that does anything that's like normal in this building absolutely flat out hates me, don't they? All the news people hate me.
No,
the production staff hate me. The engineering staff hate me. Everybody hates me. Apart from people who... Oh, them too. apart from people who do the crazy, wacky stuff I do. Okay, thank you very much, Nikki, and the best of luck abroad.
Thank you.
You'll need it. Keep everything covered at all times.
Okay.
In fact, that's my request always. Okay, great country songs. These are actual country song titles, okay? I've been roped and thrown by Jesus in the Holy Ghost corral. How about I come